I am Leo London. Welcome back to my channel, and this is your nostalgia battle. Blue Eyes White Dragon versus the iconic Dark Magician, two of the classic monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh! History. And Blue Eyes White Dragon is going first. He opens with trade-in, sends a Blue Eyes White Dragon to the graveyard, draws 2 cards, then special summons alternative White Dragon by showing me another Blue Eyes in his hand, uses Monster Reborn, summons his discarded Blue Eyes White Dragon from the graveyard, sets 1, and normal summons the Maiden with Eyes of Blue. Maiden's an annoying card for me to get around sometimes with this deck because a lot of its abilities target, and yeah, Maiden can just negate it and summon out a Blue Eyes, which is in itself difficult to get over. So I activate Dark Magical Circle, pretty strong opener. No, I don't have Magician's Combination, or the Dark Magicians, or Soul Servant. So yeah, I'm kind of without those updated cards. But I do manage to get a hit off the Dark Magic Circle. That's Dark Burning Magic. It allows me to destroy all cards my opponent controls as long as I control a Dark Magician Girl and a Dark Magician at the same time.
I don't know if it's off the veil, though, the circle that you can do that.
I'm then able to put them back in any order I choose.
You can't even take it with the circle. It's not an option.
Now I am using my Bandai Dark Magician card just because I wanted to, and since the duel was fun, I figured it would be fun to use it. I then pass turn after setting 3 more cards. My opponent normal summons the Ancient Stone, and I'm having none of that. I activate my Eternal Soul.
You would activate Eternal Soul.
Not its effect, just its card, but that does trigger the Magician of Dark Illusion in my hand, and that counts as a Dark Magician, so it will activate Dark Magical Circle and banish the Ancient Stone, because I don't want those Spirit of White coming out and banishing one of my cards, as that could be very problematic for the Dark Magician deck. One of these pieces gets sent away, and I'm in big, big trouble, especially if it's the Soul.
Tell that to people in duels.
As all my cards would get banished. Or destroyed. Something like that. Yeah, destroyed.
Alternative effect to pop Dark Illusion.
He attacks into my
And battle phase.
Magician of Dark Illusion, and then attacks into my life points for 3,000 directly. Big damage from big monsters. The legendary Engine of Destruction destroys 3,000 of my life points. Not a great start. Not seeing Dark Magician really hurts the Dark Magician deck, obviously. So I normal summon the Magician's Rod. I then search out my copy of Illusion Magic, which I activate immediately, tributing my Magician's Rod
I activate Illusion Magic.
to add 2 Dark Magician to my hand. We see the OG copy, the best artwork. I also like the Shonen Jump artwork. I need to get one of those. And my Bandai Dark Magician. Classic. I then attempt to activate Magician's Navigation,
Magician's Navigation.
but it's met with Wiretap, I believe is the name of the card. Yes, Wiretap. And it shuffles the Magician's Navigation back into the deck. Slightly problematic, as I wanted to summon out a Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl, activate the Dark Burning Magic, and wipe out the field.
Activate Eternal Soul.
Obviously, I won't be able to do that
Dark
anymore.
Magician. Banish
So I activate Eternal Soul's effect, and banish the alternative dragon.
and pass turn.
I then pass turn.
Set 1.
He sets 1.
Sure.
Attack for 5.
Activate Eternal Soul. Special summon Dark Magician.
I use
Banish Blue
Eternal
Eyes
Soul
White
to
Dragon.
summon another Dark Magician and banish the Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Your turn.
He then passes back to me.
I literally only have 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons left.
Activate Dark Magic Curtain.
Special summon another Blue Eyes.
I activate Dark Magic Curtain. By paying half my life points, I'll special summon another Dark Magician. And just in case I don't like what that back row card is, I target that.
Banish your card in the back row.
So his maiden can't negate it. I'm not sure if the maiden even could, but it's not going to matter. I use Eternal Soul's effect to search out 1,000 Knives. I'm playing with max rarity on all the cards, except, well, at least secret rare, except the Magic Formula. That $1,000 copy from Upper Deck will probably never be in my collection. I attack with a Dark Magician. It is negated, and she shifts it to defense mode. Special summons out another Blue Eyes. I attack into it again, so it's destroyed. I move to main phase 2, use 1,000 Knives, destroy the Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then I pass turn, and my opponent draws and is unable to do anything because he has Silver Scry, and they're both banished. Alright, so this time, my opponent lets me go first. And I, again, start strong with a Dark Magical Circle. I'm optimistic, and it whiffs. So unfortunately, I don't plus off it at all. But at least my circle is set up, and that is part of the win condition of Dark Magician. I then activate Magician's Rod. I can search any spell or trap that has Dark Magician in its name.
Is that okay at all?
And I have a lot of choices in the deck, as I'm using a wide variety of cards, even some that wouldn't be used in every deck. Things like Dark Magic Inheritance, Dark Magic Expanded, stuff like that. I really like to, I don't know, have fun with it. Use a lot of cards, but it is bricky, unfortunately. And then activate Illusion Magic, tributing my Magician's Rod to again add 2 copies of the Dark Magician to my hand.
Do you have the Arcana Dark Magician at all, or no?
No, that's one of the artworks I'm missing. Special Apprentice Illusion
I special summon Magician, Apprentice Illusion Magician by discarding a Dark Magician, and then because she is summoned, she will add another one back to my hand, which means all 3 are out of the deck, and I can avoid drawing what is essentially a brick at this point. I need my search cards, I need my spell cards, I need my trap cards, I need my offense now. I don't need Dark Magician anymore. So I definitely didn't want to draw it, and now I can't, and I'm very happy about that. Top meta deck in Duel Links, unfortunately, is not very good in the real TCG. So my opponent opens up by normal summoning the Paladin, which will special summon out the Maiden. He then activates Melody of Awakening Dragon. Very strong opening play on his part. He's going to add, I believe, Alternative Dragon and a normal Blue Eyes White Dragon to his hand. Blue Eyes have so many draw cards, Card of Consonance, Trade-In, yeah, Melody of Awakening Dragon. All these cards are very, very good. Specifically in that deck, though. Trade-In, if you can play level 8s, it's just a good card in general.
I was going to bring Spirit, but Spirit doesn't fall under Melodies.
It allows, instead of an Allure of Darkness where you have to banish it, just putting it in the graveyard is just so much better. But Allure of Darkness applies to many, many more decks. So I would say that's the better card overall. There is your Alternative Dragon. He then tributes himself with his own effect, the Paladin there, to special summon out another Blue Eyes White Dragon. He sets 1 card, and he attacks me for a total of 6,000 damage, minus the 2,000 from my Apprentice Illusion Magician, and my life points are cut in half. Not looking good for me at this point. Unfortunately, Dark Magician is a very bricky deck. Magician's Rod, though, does help to get around this bit of a bricky hand. Let's see what we can find here. If I'm not mistaken, I take Magician's Navigation. We'll see what I end up picking. There we go, yeah. Definitely got the Magician's Navigation. This card used to be $50 to $60 before it got reprinted into Oblivion, and now it's worth nothing. I'm still kind of vexed about it. But this is the deck that I got when I first got back into the game, and everyone made fun of me. Yeah, for a long while, me and Dylan went to our shop, and because of the way we were treated, we never went back. It took 6 months maybe for us to wander back in there. Yeah, and the entire attitude of the place had changed. Like, all the people who were dicks to us weren't there anymore. And now we go all the time. We're friends with some of those people. Anyways, I set my Magician's Navigation. I passed turn. Joshua activates Monster Reborn, not on one of his cards, on one of mine. And that did kind of throw me off. I'm not sure where he was going with it, but he synchro summons my level 7 Dark Magician and his level 1 tuner, the Maiden with Eyes of Blue, to summon another iconic monster from Yu-Gi-Oh! History, another main monster of the television show, the Stardust Dragon. This is a huge problem for me, as I was planning to use Dark Burning Magic or Thousand Knives or even Dark Magic Attack, all shut off by Stardust Dragon. Did not see this coming. I think it's really cool that it's made an appearance here. Yeah, but definitely not something I was expecting. So he attacks and destroys my Magician's Rod. I activate Magician's Navigation, special summoning a Dark Magician, and Magician of Dark... Apprentice Illusion Magician. Nope. Magician of Dark Illusion in defense mode, and banish. That becomes important later. Banish his Blue Eyes White Dragon. I want to get as many of them banished as possible, and luckily Stardust Dragon can't negate that effect. It can only negate destruction effects, so that's very good for me.
Your turn.
I forgot he only had 2,500 attack.
Yep.
Yeah. He then passes turn. No, he didn't. He went to attack my Magician's Rod. No, wait. What's happening here? I don't know what happened to my Magician's Rod. But I activate Dark Magic Veil, paying 1,000 life points to special summon my Apprentice Illusion Magician. I then tribute both of them, the Apprentice Illusion Magician and the Dark Magician, to special summon the Sorcerer of Dark Magic. A very cool monster. I then activate Bond with Teacher and Student, which special summons a Dark Magician Girl from the deck. And my favorite artwork, I believe, is the one that I used, the movie artwork with the heart behind her. That's from the movie, right, guys? Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, that is my favorite artwork of the Dark Magician Girl. I was originally going to use all the Magician Girls, like apple, lemon, and cherry, chocolate, kiwi. But I only have one copy of each of them, and it just ballooned the deck out to a point where I wasn't comfortable having them in there. Wanted to go with a little bit more consistency over, like, you know, fun. Yeah, there's the bond between teacher and student.
Correct me if I'm wrong. That's a kind of like an in-archetype.
Oh, I used Dark Magic and Inheritance to find the bond between teacher and student. Then I activate bond with teacher and student. Now comes the Dark Magician Girl. Okay, that's what... I am watching these back as they happen, and some of it I remember, and some of it I don't. Yeah, so I got a bit ahead of myself, but bond between teacher and student will special summon a Dark Magician Girl as long as I control a Dark Magician, which the Magician of Dark Illusion counts as. It will also set one of a few spells from the deck to my field, and in this case it's going to be Dark Burning Magic. All I have to do is get rid of that pesky Stardust Dragon, and I'll be fine. But luckily, the Sorcerer of Dark Magic is more than strong enough to handle the Stardust Dragon or a Blue Eyes White Dragon if it gets in my way. So I shift to attack mode. I attack into the Stardust Dragon. The alternative dragon. Oh yes, the alternative dragon got rid of my Magician's Rod. I attack the alternative dragon with Sorcerer of Dark Magic. I then attack into the Stardust Dragon with the Dark Magician Girl, who has 2,600 attack points. Because there are 2 Dark Magicians in the graveyard. You'll notice a cut there because he just asked me to confirm it, so no trouble at all. And then I attack directly for 2,100 points of damage from the Magician of Dark Illusion. And at this point, my opponent concedes the game as he draws and is unable to play because I keep banishing his Blue Eyes White Dragons, and that really hurts the Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. They are a resource, and without that resource, he is unable to play. And unfortunately, that is the match. Dark Magician stands tall over the legendary Engine of Destruction. Kaiba sucks. Yugi rules.